Previously on Build 201. There are 3 steps involved in setting up your searchable attributes. Ask yourself which attributes do your user need to search into. To select only the most important. It's now time to go deeper into part 2, attribute prioritization. Now that we have a clear idea of what our searchable attributes are, the second step is to order them by importance. So the most important one should be placed in first position, the second one in second position, and so on and so forth. A good rule of thumb is that attributes which contain a large amount of text, like description, should usually be placed last, whereas most generic ones or shorter attributes, like brands or categories, should be close to the top. So now that we have our list of selected attributes, let's order them. For me, I would say that categories and brands are really important, so we'll move them to the very beginning of the list, categories being the more important one, and then brand. Then we have name, and I think this one looks good where it is, so let's leave it here. We now have color and material, which are both product characteristics. I would say, personally, that color may be more searched than material, so let's move this one first. So right after name and then material. And finally, the short description is the longest one. It contains a lot of text, so let's move it last. And that's our final ordered list. We are done prioritizing our searchable attributes. So we've got step 1 and step 2 covered. The final step to consider before having our searchable attribute fully configured is to determine whether the order of the words in a specific attribute should impact the ranking of a result or not. Then the question we should ask ourselves is, if a query matches a word at the beginning of the attribute, should that be considered better than if a query matches a word at the end of the attribute? We do this by using the qualifiers unordered or ordered. In most cases, unordered is the safest bet, meaning that the position of the match in the attribute has no importance. In the case of the name though, important keywords often come first, so setting this one as ordered will probably yield better results. We'll keep the rest of them as unordered. Something to keep in mind is that if you don't explicitly tell it to the engine, attributes are by default set as ordered. And for our current array of attributes, so this one is unordered, ordered. And yeah, let's quickly finish that up and we're done. Awesome, we now have properly defined our searchable attributes. We haven't applied this configuration to the index yet, so if we search for jacket, these are the results that we get.
Rubbish.
Yeah, not super relevant. To apply our new configuration, we simply need to pass it to the engine so that it can rebuild our index accordingly. We call the setSetting method on our index, pass it an object containing the key searchable attributes with the array that we've built, and we're off and running. Now, performing the same search jacket. These are the results that we get.
Yes!
Woo-hoo! Awesome!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Definitely more relevant.
Oh, go yeah!
Congratulations on setting up your searchable attributes for the closed dataset. When it comes to setting up your own dataset, don't worry if the results are not perfect from the first try. Keep in mind that this is an iterative process and a few trial and errors might be necessary before achieving great relevance.